It seems like the Hinkson Creek has two tempos these days. It's either a bone dry or just a very small trickle like this, or the raging current that you saw before. So what you need to see now is what happens to our creek, the creek bed, the walls of the banks of the creek, after one of those big storms have passed. And actually it's not just an exclusive big storm. It happens all the time because there's so little land upstream to capture the water from the rainfall that everything rushes and gushes into the Hinkson Creek. By the time it reaches my backyard, it is like the Colorado River, raging. And when it's over, this is what's left. This happens every time it rains. It takes more and more of the bushes and the trees that are growing on our property and just guts the bank underneath them. So they'll be going the next time. And what does it leave? It leaves a bunch of sediment, sand. What can grow on that? It's just destroyed. I moved to Columbia in 1994, June of 94, and I began walking up and down the creek shortly thereafter. And I remember this location very well. It was a peninsula of land that came out here that circled the sycamores. And all of this was covered with land and growth and flowers. And now, today, from where I'm standing, it's nothing but rocks and exposed roots. This is a pretty old sycamore. I would say it's a couple 100 feet tall. You can see that it is completely exposed. It's just barely holding on by, say, maybe 1/4 of its root capacity, just clinging to that bank. Another couple of rains and this will be down. If you want to follow me over here, you can see the same thing to these trees. They're a little more embedded in the bank yet. This is another sycamore, not that old. It's practically ready to fall right now. And next to it is a magnificent oak that is valiantly hanging on to its main root system. Flood after flood, it still manages to hold on, but not much longer. And that tree has got to be 75 years old, maybe 100 years old. And I remember when the bank came out here. This was the bank. I remember that. And that's 15 years ago. So what I wanted to make sure that you understood, that we all understand, this is not an uncommon event. When it rains, a mere 1 or 2 inches of rain, this is what happens. We're not talking about the every 100-year flood or the every 25-year flood. This happens every time it rains, 1 inch or more. You know, I walk by this tree every day on the other side up on the bank because it's a trail that takes me over to the nature sanctuary. And I've noticed from the trail up above how this root is being exposed. This is the first time I've actually stood underneath it today, the beginning of September, and I am aghast at how it has just been stripped naked. It is just barely holding on to the earth, to the bank. You can see where the soil used to be. The soil used to be above the roots. The roots don't grow above the soil. This was all roots. And an oak tree is an old tree. This is at least 100 years old. And in a matter of just years, a few years, it's completely destroyed. It's still holding on. For how much longer it can, I don't know. You know, in this society, they have a saying that old women and old trees are the least valued. I'm beginning to think that that's true. So I'd like to leave you with this challenge. The City of Columbia and Public Works to come repair what you're responsible for. This is draining into our beloved Hinkson Creek. Does this look right? Does this look healthy? Does this look like we're living in harmony with nature and our surroundings? Is this what we want to leave our children? You can't just close your eyes to this. This has to be healed. It's dying right in front of us. We are being destroyed and wiped out. Again, I challenge you, I appeal to you, City of Columbia Public Works. Help us. No. Please take responsibility for what you have allowed to happen. Please. And we are very, very happy and grateful to work with you.